All right, welcome back to Gotham Sound's coverage of NAB 2024 Gotham Sound, your purveyor. I don't know, I'm trying to do a tagline. It's just not working. Whatever. We sell and rent audio stuff, but we also love to do this live coverage here with Ryan Pedersen showing off some Shure-based carts. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, very good. So tell me what you got here. So what caught my eye was this heavily modified Zuca cart.
Yeah.
So tell us what you got.
So it's a custom Zuka cart. This is a special machine thing that I had done. Basically, the whole cart pretty much lives inside here. We do have control surface for when I'm on the cart, and then monitor and a baby Zeus inside for power. But everything lives in here. So we've got 6 ADX5Ds, so 12 channels of Shure Axient, outputting AES into a sound effects converter into Dante, into the Mini. We have Shure Access Point for remote control, and iPad for Channels app.
Got it.
So
Okay, so wait,
a
tell
lot
me
of
about
power
the
in a small
Channels app.
slot. Yeah, so the Channels app is an app that you can do iPhone or iPad. It works with the Shure Axient line of transmitters with an access point, and then I use a hard line because I don't have a Wi-Fi access point on here. But basically, I can go through and I can choose active channels, and I can modify their frequency if I need to change gain on the output, power level of the transmitter. Basically, all the primary functions that you would also have in Wireless Workbench, but on an iPad.
On an iPad.
Yeah.
Oh, very
So,
cool.
yeah.
I feel like most people, I definitely knew about it, but I feel like not a lot of people take advantage of it.
No, it's great for a mini cart. I don't have to have a laptop out. Run on a battery if I'm remote and don't have power. It's a really simple little thing. It gives me kind of a quick overview, especially if I don't want to have to get into the menu on the ADX5D. I have it all just readily accessible right on the screen.
And so where, how is, and forgive me if you covered this
go ahead.
already, I've got so many buttons going on. How is the ShowLink antenna integrated into all of
Yeah,
this?
so basically in the inside of this, I have a little 4-port switch as well as a PoE injector. So the PoE injector feeds both the sound effects and as well as the access point.
Got it.
Since that wants PoE to run. You can also run it on like an external 12 to 15 volts. So there's a little mini network running in here. And then the iPad also plugs into that little switch, and everything talks to each other.
Got it. Okay, so the iPad is the control for the access point.
Yeah.
And then all of these things are doing all of the
they
things.
all talk to each other. And the ADX5Ds talk to the access point via the ShowLink.
Right.
Front,
Yeah.
So.
And do you often remote the access point, or do you find?
I have the ability on this cart to run a second access point out if I need a remote one, just because these need the ShowLink on the cart. So I'll always keep one on the cart with me, and then if I need to, I can run a second one out. You can just a Cat5 cable, or you can create a little Wi-Fi network if you wanted to as well.
So talk to me about the modification and kind of the process that you came to get to this point.
So it started with a Zuka. I've had it for a number of years, and I never got around to it. And then all of a sudden, I was like, I need to build a mini cart. And so basically, I did larger wheels on the back so that I could also accommodate wheels on the front. That way, I'm not having to tilt it to move it around. I built a whole frame off of the Zuka frame so that I can do like a sliding shelf here. And then there's like a box frame here that holds the baby Zeus and the monitor, and then this is
there's a
mounted on
baby
that.
Zeus behind
There's
there?
a baby Zeus in here, yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of hard to see in there.
It is hard to see.
But that gives me all the power I could ever need.
Oh, here we go. Do the little dance.
It's kind of just sitting right in there.
Very cool.
So that gives me plenty of power for this setup. And then what's cool about this is I can actually take this whole unit off. There's a few connections I need to undo, and then it's just a Ronford Baker plate. And I just pop it off. So if I need to go into a process trailer or just somewhere I can't even bring the small cart, I can literally just take that whole unit off, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And
That's great.
There's a battery on the back side inside. Like, run the whole thing on just a battery. These open up on the side, so if I need access.
Oh, Pete, you got to see this. This is cool over here. Look at those Cable Technique connectors.
So it has a lot of power in a very small package.
Very cool.
So.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you can really tell that you put a lot of work into it. And it's what, like, how wide is it?
I think it's like 12 inches by 14 inches.
Awesome. You can get through most doorways with that.
So.
Yeah, not into an airline
And
bathroom,
what's nice about this too, like I don't typically remote a lot of access points just because with it being so small, I can get pretty close to set with it. So, yeah.
Fantastic. And you wanted to share a couple of other things that you thought
So
were
another thing
exciting.
that has been really great, this was actually introduced in 2019, but it was the TwinPlex lavs. Now there's also a Duraplex lav as well as a Uniplex lav. Duraplex just being their waterproof version and Uniplex being a cardioid version. But the TwinPlex is a fantastic microphone. It's a dual diaphragm. It's a custom-made cable by Shure. They spent years designing it. There is no cable noise in the cable whatsoever as you rub up and down it. So if you have like a noisy costume, you're getting a lot of rub on your wire, and you use one of these, that's going to go away. It has a dual ground, or a dual shield, and one of them's like a helix all the way through, and so you can. It's super, super durable. I mean, they have videos of people just yanking on these things, and they hold up really well. Also, like this one's been wrapped up for quite a while. Everybody always knows, like, when you've had something twisted up for a long time, it's going to be twisted when you let go, but like that thing just drops and it's straight. So it's a no memory cable as well.
Nice.
And they're really, really, really well priced.
Yep. Yeah, they're like $3.99. Yeah, that's.
And they do have a bunch of accessories for them now, as well as Bumblebee and Ursa, and Shure has their own little silicone mount that you can get. But yeah, there's a lot of options now, and I just feel like not a lot of people know about them. So then you get them black, white, beige, and cocoa.
Yeah,
so,
great.
Yeah. And 2 sensitivities, low and a high. And they do have, on the low sensitivity, you can get a thinner version cable as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very cool. So So this is your big cart, and
this is the big cart. Yeah.
Just show it just for funsies. So if you just want to give us a quick run through.
Yeah. So this is a Nebtek Nomad cart. I went with them because it's a super well-made, beautifully machined cart, very lightweight. And this one actually also folds up. I can take the 2 racks off of it, and it folds flat. So if I ever needed to ship it or transport it, it's really easy to take apart. This one is based around the rack mount, 84 Qs from Shure, as well as a Spectrum Manager, antenna distro. But yeah, still Kantar Mini. This one has the Kantar S for control surface instead of the Kantar M, video monitor, and then little speaker and Shure IAM. So
very cool. And you've got your own kind of breakaway.
Yeah, a couple ADX5s on here as well. It gives me a few extra channels if I ever need more than 12 down here. And then I also can just take this bag and run with it if I needed to as well.
Yeah, it pops right off.
Yeah. That's... actually, I've actually been primarily using my mini-cart mostly lately.
Yeah.
It's just so portable.
It's convenient.
It's super convenient.
Yeah.
I can get anywhere I want to be. People really like when they see it. They're like, "Wow, that's a really cool little cart."
Yes, it is.
And it pretty much almost has the same capability as this cart. So it's lacking a couple things, but otherwise, it's been a really, really great cart. So
awesome. All right. Well, fantastic. Well, I do want to say that Paul Katzman says, "Hey Ryan, cart looks great, man."
Hey Paul, thanks.
So there we go. It's a nice shout out. I appreciate you taking the time to be with us today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And hopefully we'll talk on the phone again soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. All right. We'll be back soon with more from NAB.